Hello, hello. Welcome back to my space. I hope you are doing well. So listen, you see all those five cards here? This is what was on the bottom of the deck, right? All of them are major arcanas. So you might think it's a new deck, maybe this is the reason why. Absolutely not. I did already 2 readings with this deck. It was not the case, right? So we are here talking about a main subject, something important, life changing. So let's get into the cards. The first card that came out, it is Justice. It's called here Adjustment. There are like special names here, but I love the adjustment, right? Justice. This is the first card that came out. So there is some kind of balance that is happening right now. Beautiful. Then we have Temperance in reverse. Here it's called the Flow in reverse. So there is some kind of situation here. We are in the second position, relationship, partnership, all those kind of things, right? A situation that has been blocked. Something that was supposed to create some kind of outcome and it didn't happen, right? Then we have the Magician in reverse. We are talking here, the justice that is coming, it is related to someone who tried to manipulate a situation, the Magician in reverse. Manipulating a situation. We might be talking about somebody doing some kind of black magic, spell work. We saw a lot, the smear campaign, telling lies about you, all those kind of things, right? But this is manipulation. This is the energy that is now going through this justice. They didn't succeed to do what they wanted. We have confirmation here that they didn't succeed to do what they wanted because we have the Tower in reverse, right? This is also telling me that maybe the reason why they did what they did to you, right? Trying to create here a situation where you would be blocked in some kind of way. It might have been because they wanted to avoid some kind of catastrophe in their life. So, are we talking about someone who tried to steal from you, for example, in order not to be bankrupt, for example? Are we talking about someone who was trying for people to go against you because they were afraid of what you could reveal about them? Might be we will get into the tarot, we will get deeper into that, but very, very interesting. And the path shift, we have the Wheel of Fortune here. So, what it feels to me here, it is that there is some kind of positive change in your life. And this is what is blocking this whole situation. On the bottom of the deck, I had to check, obviously. We have the Eight of Cups. So it kind of feels to me here that I'm talking to someone who was dealing with a very, very difficult situation. Look. The Knight of Pentacles. You were dealing here with a very, very complicated situation. There might have been a lot of confusion. You might have needed to decide to be strategic about how am I moving forward considering the situation that I'm dealing with here, right? I kind of feel also with this Temperance in reverse, the Flow in reverse, that somebody wanted you to be very, very stressed out. They wanted you to be unable to fight. So you had to be very strategic here. And it feels to me that what you did, it is to step back. Maybe what you did, it is to take distance, go low contact, go no contact, or simply protect yourself emotionally, detach yourself emotionally, right? You had to be very, very logical here. right? We are talking here about making logical decision, putting your heart space to the side, not acting from your heart space, but acting from facts and logics. This is what it feels to me here. So we will get a little bit deeper into all of that. So interesting. I don't think that I ever had a reading that was only major arcana. If you can remember of a reading that was only major arcana, let me know, because I don't think that I ever saw that. So, in the membership vibe of the week reading, we were talking about the what is the energy, what is going on, and there was a lot of release in this reading, right? Apparently there is some kind of integration of a healing process that is happening right this week. So it's very interesting, because all of this is telling me that at the same time as the collective is going through an integration, healing takes a long time, you know. You realize things and then the healing process starts, and it takes time for the shift, the energetical shift to happen. We are going through all kinds of feelings, emotions, anger, frustration, sadness, all of this, right? And then suddenly, out of the blue, this is how it often feels, there is a switch in the energy, something that changed. One day you are waking up and something is different, right? Kind of feel that this might have been a little bit the energy, right, that I was feeling. And here, what we are having, it kind of feels that we are talking about the other side of the mirror, right? What is going on outside? Because we are starting here with justice. This is the situation itself. And then we have this Wheel of Fortune. And with the Eight of Cups that we have here, right? This is giving some kind of context, right? So there was this element of trying to keep you stuck, trying to keep you stressed out, maybe for people not to see you as the Earth Angel energy that you carry, because with the Temperance, we are talking about the Earth Angel, right? Trying to block your flow, doing it with some kind of manipulation, and you being able in this situation to avoid a total ending. With the Tower here, the avoidance of the Tower, I kind of feel that we are talking about a total mental and emotional collapse, right? Very interesting. Listen, I'm very curious to get more information about all of this. I am thinking, what deck do I want to use here? I kind of feel like using this deck. So just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it is a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't take on yourself a story that is not yours, right? You are already supposed to know a little bit what I'm talking about here. If I'm talking about masculines or feminines, I am not especially talking about the gender. I'm talking about the energy of the card. So apply it however it applies, and this reading can be past, present, or future. So let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Tell me, the Justice. We have two cards that turned out. Oh, listen, we have the Devil here, and we have the King of Pentacles. Again, we have these Pentacles, right? There is here something about you succeeding to maintain your stability. I kind of feel that with this difficult situation that you were dealing with, you concentrated on maybe building your business, something like that. There is here, once again, this element of needing to be logical, not being emotional, right? While I truly feel here that the intention was for you to be extremely unstable emotionally, right? So once again, I have the same energy coming out here. The justice is coming because you succeeded to maintain some kind of stability in a very, very difficult situation. You have succeeded to move on, move forward with this situation of somebody trying to create a lot of inner agitation and also manipulating a situation, right? Trying to create your total downfall with this tower here in reverse. And this is what is revealing at the end of the day who is the person that is attacking you, right? And what is revealed here, it is that we are talking here about someone who might be obsessive. We had readings about obsessive people lately. Maybe we are talking about someone who's suffering from addictions. We might be. They might have said about you that you are addicted in some kind of way. Let me see that you can see all the cards. Yes, I can even move it a little bit to the side. Okay. I truly feel here also that the adjustment happened within you the moment that you realized that you accepted that you were dealing with someone who was operating from a very, very dark place. Maybe someone who wanted to control you, to manipulate you. Someone who was focused on you, on blaming you, controlling you, all those kind of energies, right? Somebody who was all in your business. Okay, tell me more here, please, about this justice. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, somebody didn't want you to be able to embrace your leading qualities. This is what they didn't want you to do. They didn't want you to access this Wheel of Fortune. I kind of feel that we are talking here about someone who knew. They knew that you had some kind. Once again, the jealousy is jumping at me here. Why would somebody want to block your fortune? It doesn't make sense, right? If not jealousy and envy, why would someone want to do that? Okay, tell me. The Five of Cups in reverse. There is some kind of other information that came to me. I lost it now. Okay. I lost it now. The Five of Cups in reverse. Somebody refusing to let go. Okay, I'm confused because I had this information coming and then I lost it. Okay, it kind of feels here, right? That there was somebody here that for a reason or another, they needed to be seen as the King of Pentacles. They needed maybe to be in charge of the money, maybe to be in charge of the business, if we are talking about a work situation, for example, right? I don't think that it's especially a work situation, but we all have different stories. Somebody that needed people to see you as incapable because they obsessively needed some kind of position, and they were not willing to let go of being in this position. I kind of feel that it was somebody who wanted to overpower you. They saw you as a threat, and they wanted you gone, they wanted to overpower you. They didn't want you to be in your strength, they didn't want you to be able to elevate the way that you were supposed to elevate. Let's see here the flow in reverse. The flow in reverse. Judgment. The Hierophant in reverse. Listen. This takes me back to the Justice card. Yeah, there is some kind of just judgment that is put now about someone who, as said, someone corrupted, someone that wanted authority when they shouldn't have any authority, because we are talking here about someone who has no values, no integrity, no morality, none of that. None of that, right? So, okay, so we have here someone or a few people that are in total imbalance, right? Kind of feel that they might feel very, very frustrated because they didn't succeed to alchemize things the way that they wanted, right? Okay. And they are being judged right now. Tell me more. Yeah, because you are not in a mental prison. People are not in a mental prison. There is some kind of truth that is seen now. With this Magician in reverse here, they obviously tried to create a lot of confusion. Everything was based on creating confusion. Everything was based on people not seeing the real picture. But with this Eight of Swords in reverse, there is some kind of freedom. There is some kind of, I see what's going on here. I'm not stuck. I'm not stuck. I understand what's going on here. With the Eight of Swords in reverse, I have to tell you that we might also, if you are dealing with a legal situation, we might be talking about someone who wanted you to be in jail, in prison, something like that, and they might have done things in order for it to happen. Yeah, and now I'm thinking about this Justice card here, right? They were trying to create a downfall in your life by manipulating a situation here, presenting you in a certain light that would put you in prison, in jail. You're not. You're not. I'm getting that this person or those people, I don't know who we are talking about here, what they wanted was for you to appear totally crazy, totally mentally unstable. This was the intention. And so I feel here very deep spiritual warfare in order to be able to make you stick to their narrative, attacking you in any kind of way, trying to convince you that you are unstable, making you appear crazy to the outside world by telling the truth about what they were doing to you. This is what I feel. Okay. Let's see. Let's get information about this Magician here. The Magician in reverse, tell me. The Magician in reverse. Yeah, they wanted you to let go of something, or they wanted people to let go. We have two Pentacles here. We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. Listen, it seems obvious to me that we are talking here about money. We are talking about money. We are talking about someone who was making money out of you. So, I said, is it that they were stealing from you? Maybe. There can be another scenario that I cannot see, right? But there is here something about you letting go of some kind of something that maybe is yours, right? In order to have some kind of comfort. To create their independence and comfort based on something that you should let go of. Okay. Tell me more here, please, about this magician. The magician in reverse. Yeah, we have the chariot here. Being in control of a situation. I kind of feel that there's a whole plan. I saw the planning here, right? I know I saw that you needed to be very, very strategic in this situation. This is what I saw in the bottom of the deck. Okay, let's see. Tell me more about this magician. Kind of feel that they were already moving forward, being sure that they would get whatever they wanted. The sun in reverse, yeah, hiding something. I kind of feel that somebody already started to build on your downfall, on something that wasn't theirs. This is what I feel here. I also feel here that you might have truly felt that you were dealing here with someone who was trying to destroy your life, right? With the magician in reverse, as said, I kind of feel here, I do feel some kind of spiritual warfare, truly. Somebody doing much too much, trying to attack you, attack your mental health, attack your environment, attack your sanity, attack your feeling of safety, of comfort. This is truly what I feel here. And I kind of feel that the fact that you understood what was going on there, right? Because I kind of feel that they thought that you would be more confused and more confused and more confused and more confused, right? And I kind of feel that you were confused, but at a certain moment you were not confused anymore, right? And that you let go and you brought yourself into a place of comfort. I kind of feel that this person didn't understand that you are very strong by yourself, that you don't need people around you. And I kind of feel that they might not have seen that because they need people around them, right? Because with this Nine of Pentacles here, we are also talking about feeling safe, abundant, comfortable, being by yourself, being able to grow a whole garden just by yourself, right? So there is here something about you being directed to move forward, maybe intuitively, maybe with the help of the higher self, your higher self, the highest, your guides, your angels, your ancestors, whoever, right? Kind of feel that there was a whole energetical support system helping you, right? And you did everything very discreetly and in silence, maybe not giving access to you, not giving out information about you. With the sun in reverse here. Can you tell me something more here about this magician in reverse? No. Okay, the tower. The tower in reverse. Tell me. Oppa. Do you see? The Wheel of Fortune once again. Listen, This is truly telling me here, and I will tell a story that I already told you about, but maybe you didn't hear it, right? If you were not here before. This is reminding me of what happened to me, right? So, I was dealing with a lot of stress due to the family that I have left, right? One of my parents is not here anymore, and the two other elements of my family that stayed, one parent and a sibling, terrible energies, right? They were neglecting, they were just bringing negativity into my life. I was obviously seen as the problem, right? Well, I don't think that I'm a problem. I think that if somebody is a problem, it's certainly not me, right? There was a question of inheritance there. I kind of feel that this might have been also the motivation. Anyway, we are not talking about people acting from their higher self with pure intentions, right? Obviously. But I had a very hard time to detach, right? Because you don't want to detach from your family. Also, there are nieces, nephews, things like that. And I always hope that somehow I could bring this situation to something better. I also had huge ambitions. I'm a healer, even though I'm not a healer in my life, right? In my own life, I'm not a healer. But I don't know. I had some kind of, if you dealt with it, I kind of feel that you can understand. You are fighting until there is no more fight, right? But anyway, regarding my work, I made a switch in career. I was a photographer. I was a very good photographer, I have to say. And then I re-embraced my healing qualities, right? But during all those years, I was working like crazy. I was putting so much energy, so much love and energy, and doing my best, working hours upon hours. And it was blocked. Everything was blocked. It was terrible. And the moment that my parent and my sibling did something that I couldn't deny anymore, right? What they were after, right? Why they were mistreating me so much. There was a real intention, right? Real intention behind. The moment that I couldn't deny it anymore, right? I went no contact. There was no way back after what they did, right? And suddenly there was like an opening. The flow of abundance opened. And the best example that I have, it is my Instagram page, right? At that time, I didn't have the YouTube. I had the Instagram page where I continue to post exactly the same way as I did before. And before, I was stuck at 2,000, 3,000 subscribers. It's not nothing, but it's not a lot, especially when you are posting twice a day. Truly valuable things, right? And so for during maybe 2 years, 3 years, maybe even more, I don't know, I was posting regularly, right? And it was just staying on the same. The moment I went no contact, in a few days I was at 5,000 subscribers. A few days after, I was at 10,000 subscribers. It was truly like if the highest said, that's it, finally now I can give you your abundance. Now that I know that you will not give the abundance that comes to you, you won't give it to people that don't deserve it. Now that you have learned your lesson, right? Now that it's clean around you, now I can give you your abundance. It was like day and night, the shift of energy. We might also say it like, okay, I will prove you that you are not alone. I will prove you that you did the right decision. The second that finally you went no contact, you stopped sacrificing your life, your mental health, your money, because I gave them so much, right? The moment that I did that, it was like the highest said, I'm with you and I will prove you that I'm with you, right? And it just continued to grow, right? 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, it just continued to grow, right? And it was truly a shift the moment. It was undeniable, right? It was undeniable because the shift happened in the same week, right? It was crazy. It was crazy. The same week, the same month, you know, something like that. And I didn't change anything in my work. So I truly feel here, right, that with the Wheel of Fortune coming here, right, with this tower in reverse, I kind of feel that this is what we are talking about. There was some kind of support of the universe. You were supported in this very, very painful situation of somebody manipulating a situation in order to keep you in some kind of instability, right? Because the tower should have fallen, because this is the attack that was on you, but it didn't. And I truly feel here, I have to say, I don't know if you believe in that or not, but we might be talking about people with who you had some kind of soul contract, right? Because there is the element of fate here. And this is also telling me here the wheels are turning. So the tower that they wanted to create in your life that you avoided, it is going back to them. And then we have the justice, right? This is the justice at the end of the day. That the energy that they took out against you, it is going back to them. Beautiful. Okay, the tower in reverse. Yeah, arrogance, entitlement. Yeah, somebody thinking that they are superior than you. Somebody that was sitting on some kind of fake happiness, right? They were pretending to be happy, or they were happy based on something that was not theirs. It was not theirs. Maybe they succeeded to take something from you. Maybe they succeeded to take your job. Maybe they succeeded to steal from you money, creations, whatever it may be. And they were full of themselves. They were happy. They thought, that's it. I'm there. Yeah, but it's a fake happiness. It's not a happiness that you can rely on, because it's stolen. You are unable to maintain whatever you have because it doesn't come from you, right? So a fake sense of happiness. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to this Wheel of Fortune. This is the path shift, right? This is the path shift. So considering that we also had this Wheel of Fortune coming with the Tower in reverse, I truly feel that at the end of the day, the justice is here, right? First of all, because it was meant to be. We have twice the Wheel of Fortune here, right? It was meant to be. Whatever energy they put out in order to create some kind of misalignment, block you, create some kind of instability, it is going back to them, right? But I also feel here that there was this element about the way that you dealt with this situation. But you were supported. You were supported. I kind of feel at the end of the day that it was meant to go this way, and you were meant to get out of this situation being in a, can we say, much stabler place than what you were before? I don't know, more abundant place? I kind of feel that there is some kind of abundance that might be obvious on you. So it can be real abundance, success, like you started something and it's going well. Or we might be talking about your energy. We might be talking even about your reputation, right? Yeah, look, I'm saying reputation. The Ten of Pentacles comes out, talking about reputation. This is talking about your legacy. This is talking about your reputation. This is talking about the community, how the community sees you. This is talking about uh, real value that maintains itself for a lifetime. This might mean that your reputation has never been as good as it is now. Okay, tell me here the Wheel of Fortune. Tell me. The Two of Swords. The Two of Air. And the Hermit. It came out like this, but it was turning this way. So I will take it this way because I truly feel that this is what it was meant to be. Yeah, there is something that people didn't see about you. You might be a kind of the word that comes to me is a sage, but I don't know if we say that in English. Some kind of you might be a little bit of an introvert, right? So you might not say everything that you know, but you know a lot because you might be a thinker and you might be an observer. And I kind of feel here that at the end of the day, what is revealed, what was not seen, it is truly who you are inside. People might misjudge you also because of your appearance. Maybe when I'm talking about appearance, it's maybe the way that you look, right, physically, but it might also be about the way that you are living your life, right? Because people are doing a lot of shortcuts, right? If you look like this, then it means that you are this. If you live your life this way, it means that it reminds me of another story. I will tell you because I see that you enjoy my stories, right? So I was doing my walks every day and I was going to a certain place, and at a certain moment there was somebody there that was coming, and suddenly I realized that this person was observing me. And when I left the place that I was, this person started to talk with me, and they said, can I bring a bottle of wine tomorrow? And I was like, no. But anyway, at the end, this person said, yeah, I will bring, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. And so the day after, they come with the bottle of wine. I say, listen, no, I'm doing my walk here, right? But anyway, we sit and we talk a little bit, right? And so this person is asking me about my situation. We are talking like 5 years ago, something like that. And so I'm saying that I'm not married and I have no children, right? And so this person is telling me, so you are selfish, like you are living a selfish life, right? This is what this person is telling me. For me, just to realize that this person just told me that even though they are married and they are with 2 kids, let me just remind you that this person wanted to bring wine, right? To the beach, having a date with me, while they are married and they have 2 kids and they are there sitting on the beach and watching me while their wife and their children are at home, right? So who is selfish here, right? And more than that, this person tells me that they have just tried to get into some kind of reality show, right? Where you are living for weeks on end because it's like a survival thing, in islands, right? So this person who is married with 2 kids, right? Kind of young kids, from what I could feel, young kids, they would leave their wife and 2 kids in order to go and participate to some kind of TV show somewhere a month away from home, right? Where you cannot be in touch with anyone. Anyway, who is living the selfish life here? Who is living the selfish life, right? Make it make sense. But me, because not married, no kids, obviously I am selfish. Like I live a selfish life. It's all about, I'm selfish. Make it make sense, right? So this is what I was saying. Like, people might have judged you because some kind of choices. Maybe you were, I don't know, divorced a few times, or maybe you have never been married. Maybe there is something about the way that you live. I don't know, something, right? That people are putting you in a box. Okay, anything else here about the Seven of Cups? Yeah, we are truly talking about people that were confused about you. They were confused about you. I truly feel that at the end of the day, the Wheel of Fortune here, it is also talking about the fact that now you have uh, the best reputation that you ever had, and also maybe that you are into your soul path and your alignment, right? You are going towards your legacy, building your legacy, what you are supposed to do. Something else here about this Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, the Four of Wands. It came out like this, right? The whole problem here was stability, right? You were dealing here with people that wanted to see you being unstable. We might be talking about them wanting a house from you. It might also be your happiness, right? There is here something about stability, happiness, celebration, right? The Wheel of Fortune, it is that now you are respected, and they are unstable. They are confused. They are confused, right? Okay, let's go here to closure. Let's go to closure. Tell me. They wanted you to be totally exhausted. They wanted you to be unable to move forward, but they are blocked. They are blocked. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse, the Wounded Warrior. Usually this card for me says like exhausted. It's exhausted. No more life force. Here I kind of feel that we are talking about the fact that you are no more in the Wounded Warrior energy. That there is a shift of energy, right? They put you in this energy of the Wounded Warrior, right? And you have alchemized it. You have alchemized it. Now they are in this energy, right? Yeah, they are blocked. Listen. The Knight of Wands in reverse. They are losing their shit. Very angry. Very angry. Temperamental. Reckless. Yeah, they are just making their situation worse, right? This is what they wanted from you, right? I told you that what they wanted, it was to attack your mental, emotional, energetical stability, right? Also your public image. This is what I feel that they wanted. They wanted you to be totally stressed out, for you to act in reckless ways, right? Yeah, it's a backfire, right? The Wheel of Fortune twice. The Judgment. Tell me here. Yeah, listen. It kind of feels that you saved yourself because you stopped fighting, right? You stopped fighting. They thought that you would continue to compete for their love, for the truth, for the attention, for whatever. It was all projections, right? I kind of feel that here I'm talking about someone dealing with a very, very difficult situation. It might not be in your character to just say, you know what? F it, I'm moving forward, I'm taking care of myself. And this is what you did here, right? And they cannot defend what they did. They cannot defend what they did. And this is why I kind of feel this overflow of feelings and emotions inside. The rage, the frustration. Yeah. They have exhausted all their possibilities, and they are extremely unstable now, and they are confused. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do also because they understand that you have a level of understanding. They understand now that you see much more than what they thought that you saw, right? So anyway, I will leave it here. I hope that it was helpful, maybe even healing. I'll see you in the comments. Until very, very soon. Bye.